What's up? We are back today with the fairy event. It's been a couple days since it was released. I'm going to go over a few tips and tricks that have helped me capture fairy jars, level everything out, max everything out on the fairy jars. That way you can buy everything that you need to. Alright, over here on the crafting, you have the fairy nets. You're definitely going to want to craft a lot of them. I've planted 5 or 6 sun bulbs. I have plenty of strawberry seeds, harvest tools, and then it's obviously going to cost fairy points. Glimmering radar, I haven't been crafting a ton of those. I just end up getting them in the fairy world. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a little bit, but fairy net, that's what I'm crafting the most. We also have the enchanted chest you can craft with sun bulbs, seed pack, eggs, and fairy points. I also haven't been doing those either. I've been getting the chest in the fairy world. Any of you guys crafting anything out of here? I truly haven't. I've been getting seed packs, either from the wishing well or the fountain. What I will show you, we're about 2 minutes out from the fairy world event. I will go ahead and skip to that. All right, the fairy event just started. I will show you the quickest way I get orbs and how I am getting my chest. So once in the fairy world, you also have an obby that you can go across. All these pink orbs will give you things. I've seen people say they don't like the obby, it's too hard, this, that, and the other. The biggest tip I can tell you is everyone hopefully should have a can of beans from one of the last events. This allows you to jump higher. Whether you're on a phone, PC, doesn't matter. This will allow you to jump higher. You can start collecting these. Enchanted seed pack. And I just make my way around. There's a couple spots here where you essentially have to fall off and then get back on. This is one of them. Once you come over here, normally you would have to go and kind of start back over. There's also an orb here in the middle. Just gonna run around and grab these real quick. That's a reclaimer. You can cut up here now with the can of beans. There's 3 up here. 3 times glimmering spray. Oh, we got 2 of those. 3 fairy nets. Don't really care about those. And we have this one here, which we can now just head straight up here. We got one up in the tree, event lantern, one over here. 500 fairy points, let's go. Got another one over here. Another 500 fairy points. And so having this can of beans really allows for the simplicity of getting these pretty quick. We have another one over here. Another one here. Another 500 fairy points. So this makes your life a whole lot easier. Got one here, the glimmering crate. And the last one is here. I don't believe there are any other ones. If there are, I am not aware of them. If you guys are aware of any other ones, please let me know. All right, now that we're down here, we have pets. And I have already restocked this thing a ton, and they're not in stock. I'm up to 3.1 QA. So I'm not going to restock it. The chest that I was talking about is over here. You can either, you have the enchanted chest, 15k fairy points. It used to be 25. A lot of people were upset when it was 25. 15k, you still go through them very, very fast. Luminous Sprite, I still haven't gotten that one. Oh, here. So submit fairy jars. So if I look at how many fairy jars I have, I currently have 507, so I'm going to submit all. It's only going to take 100, and I'm going to receive an enchanted chest. And so I'll do it again, submit all fairy jars. And we'll keep doing it, and I'll just empty these. That way we can get 5 more chests. There we go. Okay, 5 of those. And then you also have the seeds, and then cosmetics is there in the back, which I don't really care about cosmetics. Enchanted seed pack, 2 of those, pixie fern, and then the untold bell, which I've already gotten a couple of these by restocking. I'm not really worried about getting another one. All right, so I'm gonna go back up top and show you how did I get all these pixie jars. I have over 2,000, and it's because I AFK. So the easiest way to AFK this event and get fairy jars, instead of running all around trying to grab each one, is you grab your fairy net, again, craft a lot, and you just sit right here. So every hour when the fairy event goes, sit right here. I use an auto clicker, whether you're on PC, iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. Most devices you can download a auto clicker from the store. So just when you go to bed at night, let it sit here in AFK. I average around 90 fairy jars every hour, 92 I think it is. And so you figure over the course of when I get off and get back up, 12 hours, I mean, you're talking 1,100 and something fairy jars. So this will allow you to max out your fairy jars, so then you can unlock everything down in the fairy world. So hopefully that helps. You're still going to want to do the fountain power simply because you need fairy points for some of the things. Like I said, I've just been doing the fairy jars and giving those to the lady downstairs. And let's see, I currently have 10. Let's see if we can get anything good. Has anyone gotten the Phoenix yet? I think that's what it's called. Top tier pet. Man, that can of beans though. If you're struggling with that obby, that can of beans is the way to do it. And all you do is hold it. It doesn't use it. You just hold it. All right. Doesn't look like we're gonna have much luck here. A little shroomy. Another plant. Another plant. And a cardinal. Alright, this is a super quick video. If those tips and tricks were helpful to you, please hit the subscribe button. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. And until next time, peace.